Let's have a candid conversation. It's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.
Let's have a candid conversation. Talk about the issues that you're facing and the dreams that you're chasing. Dr. Rich got the tools to help you make it. We can talk about it. Let's have a candid
It's all
conversation.
about me. Let's have a candid conversation. It's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.
Now, are you got condition on your love for me? Or you gonna just let me do what I want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do call a man.
Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo. Can I talk to you? Oh, it's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.
Shalom. I'm Pastor R with Extreme Life Changers Ministry, sitting in on the behalf of Dr. Rich. She's going to be in the studio here real soon. Thank you for joining us, and please share as we come to you with a wonderful discussion on today. We are jumping into the box to have some conversations that will shake you up and move you out of your comfort zone. As we continue to move forward in our wonderful Sabbath day, I thank you for joining and supporting Dr. Rich. It's been, but you can do that.
You talk about, I'm gonna play my music.
We're just here. I already played it, baby.
Oh.
We just jumping into the box, and we're here to. We're here to, shake up the cage, rattle the cage to get you out of your comfort zone. We want to talk about that elephant in the room. But a lot of people are uncomfortable about a lot of situations and a lot of issues that we talk about. But we're jumping into the box, and we're here to stay. Extreme Life Changers, outreach ministry. We're here teaching the love of the Messiah. And sometimes when you share love with people and when you're very, very honest about things, some people get a bit twisted and a little bit about what you're saying. But if you truly believe and if you truly love what you do, you have to continue to move forward, and you have to continue to believe beyond belief that you are called to say and to do what you do. Me, as being a minister, a pastor, an entrepreneur, a father, a friend, a brother, a confidant, or whatever you want to call it, I believe in being honest. And as I stand with and stand beside Dr. Rich, as we walk together as friends, and as we walk together as partners in life, it's a partners in life, we're going to continue to move in the direction that the Spirit guides us. And I know as a minister, you can't please everybody. And so Dr. Rich is going to be here soon, and I'm just going to, share a little bit while she's not here. So if you're interested in some of Extreme Life Changers ministry opportunities, we have Bible study every Sabbath, and we haven't been having a Sabbath lately because of some issues, Bible study Sabbath lately because of some things we've been going through here in our family, but we're getting ready to pick it back up here next month, and we're going to be meeting on the Sabbath, for 1 hour. And if you're interested, I want you to, make a comment here. If you're watching, and I see some people are watching now, please comment, give me your interest in it, and we're going to get some information to you expeditiously. And so just believe and to trust in God and continue to walk by faith and know that He will bless your life. And I've been talking about a lot on Facebook concerning relationships, and some things about sexless marriages, because I know, and Dr. Rich know, a lot of people who are married, they have been divorcing for whatever particular reasons. And I feel that social media has a big part of people divorcing. And we're not going to get into that because that's not the topic today. But I just wanted to share with you on some of the things I have been sharing on social media. And I have also been sharing on social media some things concerning witches and warlocks controlling spirits. And a lot of people are in families and they love their parents. They love their mother and their fathers and their siblings so much they cannot see the truth. The truth is hid from them. But when you are in a relationship where you love your mother, and some mothers don't want their daughters to grow, and some mothers don't want their sons to grow. Some fathers don't want their daughters and sons to grow. They want them to stay right where they are. And you have to be careful, and you have to protect your mind and your spirit from that and from those demonic spirits. And no matter how much you love them, no matter how much you think about them, you're going to have to understand the spiritual realm, the spiritual side, as well as the natural. And I know a lot of us are, trying to watch and look in on what everyone else is doing, because I shared that on social media as well, as people are, in people's boxes or in people's memories on Facebook. And a lot of people are just lurking, trying to find things that they could do, that you're doing, that they feel that they can do because you're doing it, they think it's easy or it's an easy task. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Dr. Rich and myself, we have been doing ministry for years, and it is not easy, and it's a big work. And so just know we're living in this time where this demonic spirit is over Memphis. It's a demonic spirit. It's over Memphis and other cities. And a lot of people, mind and their hearts and their spirits are bound simply because they don't understand how to war in the spirit. And the spirit is most definitely taking over the minds and the hearts of some of these people. And I'm going to tell you right now, a person probably can't do what you do, and a person probably can't do what I do, but they still are going to feel that there is something that they're missing. There is something that you're doing that they can do, not knowing that it's the power of God by way of the Holy Spirit who has given you that ability to do what you do. So we have to be careful. People don't want you, but they want what you have. People don't want to be a part of what you do, but they want what you have. And a lot of times the person will see what you have, but they will not realize that what you have had to come with a price. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be careful and be mindful that, like the OJ said, they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place, them backstabbers. You have to pay close attention to that. You have to pay close attention to those backstabbers because they're there. And most of the time, it's the ones that you think who are there for you the most. Those are the backstabbers. Those are the one. Those are the people who are trying to manipulate you and destroy what you have going on. But when you have discernment, you will understand more about, these people that's trying to destroy your dreams. So be mindful of that. Always be mindful of that. Amen.
Hey. It's the real Dr. Rich. Thank you so much, Pastor R. What's going on? What it do, man?
I was talking to them about these witches and these demonic spirits and how people want what you have. People want what you have. And I said, I'm trying to tell them that these people are backstabbers, and all the time they want to take your place.
I heard that part. Leah, can you come check this camera and look?
No, everything to do with that. I got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I still would like for her to do what I say.
But she can't do anything, baby.
Okay. See how good we look. That's our little young producer. Camera woman in training. Just don't touch anything. I just want you to look to see how it looks, babe. You don't have to grimace or anything, say it. I just want her to check and just get training, on the job training.
It's over here, baby. It's not over there. What I'm doing.
Look at me. I get that. But can she just look and not touch anything?
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Okay, thank you. Because it's the Candid Conversation show. You acting like I don't understand what you're saying, and I definitely do. I'm trying to stay in my lane here, but at the same time, it's the Candid Conversation show. And if I want her to get on the job training and I want her to look at something without touching it, because you're the one who's training her, can I her and just ask her to look and not touch? Because you're doing this, and I heard you. I have any problem understanding when you speak to me. So when you say it's controlled over here, I got it. But I still wanted her to do what I asked her to do. I didn't understand where you were coming from when you were talking about backstabbers, how they're smiling in our faces and all of that. I don't know exactly where you're coming from. I know that today's topic, what I wanted to do was to discuss women and their confidence. Really, that's where I was leading today. So maybe what you were saying about, I missed some of it, I think. About how you led into it. So maybe that's the issue that I'm having. I don't know how was that related to the topic of confidence for women. Are you saying that some of the people are that the women, or was it even about women? I'm trying to get some understanding right now.
No.
Before I come in and speak.
No.
So it had nothing to do with the topic that we were discussing?
No.
Oh, okay. You were just doing your own kind of thing.
I was just going to share a little bit before we got into the topic.
Oh, okay. I'm glad I asked you then.
And I was just sharing with them how people are going to have to be more aware of what's going on in their lives and what's going on around them,
right,
as they continue to move and to operate in the
right.
You got to have discerning. You got to have the, because people will manipulate you and they will use you.
Right.
And I was talking about how people are they would jump onto social media and follow you and to find out what it is that you're doing. And because if they see that you're doing it, and if a person really don't care for you, or if they may
Can you still
see something about you, yeah,
okay.
See something about you, they
kind of want to jump onto
because
the
they
same.
feel because if you're doing it, it's something that they can do as well.
Right, and I've had that experience. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Thank you all again for tuning into Candid Conversations with the real Dr. Rich. So here's the thing with me though, Pastor R. The thing with me is that it's not so much that I have seen another woman do something and feel like, well, she's doing it, I want to do it. I don't snap photos because I see other women snapping beautiful photos. When I see them snapping photos, I just love that they're snapping their photos, that, they're doing what they want to do or what they believe is a part of who they are, the essence of who they are. As far as me, I'm an educator, right, an ELA educator. So writing, that's always been a part of what I've done. I think at one point I did get burned out because I was writing so much in school, right, not only for the teacher ed program, that was years ago. I can say that it's been years ago. Right. But then I went on to earn my master's degree, 2 masters actually, one in secular of education
Right.
And then I went on to earn
A lot of
another.
hard work. A lot of people don't know that though. It's a lot of hard work.
Right. And I went to two different schools. You know, I
Wow.
went to a secular school for my master's, and then I went to a seminary for another master's
Right.
because I was praying. Do you remember those times I was
remember,
praying?
yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I feel so perplexed. I couldn't make up my mind, and I didn't feel that I had clarity from the Father as to what I should be doing necessarily. You know, why am I doing this? Why am I needing a master's degree in both the secular and in the religious realms? And he eventually opened it up to me. As you know, I did open an academy.
Right.
You know, so but at the time I didn't understand my journey, right? I didn't understand it. So I'm saying all that to say I didn't know, but there was no woman that I looked at and said, if she can do it, I can do it too. It was a personal journey for me.
Right. It was a dream. And it was something that you dreamed of, something you desired from your gifts, and you knew that was your purpose. And so you tried to step into that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. And so that was the making of how I did what I do. You know, that was a part of me, navigating those waters. It had nothing. If it had anything to do with another woman and what she was doing, it was only because, I was on the same journey that she was on, or a similar journey. It had nothing to do with me seeing her and saying, if she can do it, I know I can do it because I'm smarter than she is. It had nothing to do with that. So, but I do see a lot of that.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Right. And you told me, you said, Sugar, I want you to educate our children. Do you remember having that conversation?
Right, I do. I remember.
You told me that because I want to hold you to it. You said that to me. And no matter what people have said, we've heard all kinds, because I wasn't a big fan of sharing my journey with individuals who were not intimately attached to us or to me personally. I didn't just come out because social media didn't come out on these different social media platforms, because back then I think what were those platforms that they had? I forget, but Black Planet was one, and then they had some other ones that I actually what were those?
MySpace.
MySpace, and I didn't share my journey on MySpace. I didn't get on and talk a lot about what I was doing. I was consumed with my family and my work and my education. You know what I mean?
Right.
So those are the things that I was doing. And so I didn't, see another woman doing something and felt like, well, if she can do it and I know I'm smart. See, a lot of times we compare ourselves with other people, but I know for me, purpose is personal. Somebody needs to get that purpose. Oh my goodness. Let me start this. Yeah. Purpose is personal, Pastor R. It's personal. Do you hear me?
Right, it is.
Purpose is personal. And so, when I was doing what I believe the Father led me to do or inspired me to do, I wasn't looking at other women. I don't want to be redundant, but I do need to say that. But I noticed that people will get close to you for any number of reasons, but they will also draw close to you. One reason is because instead of being an adult, as it were, or grown, or just mature enough to say, can I sit down with you? Can you do a master? Can we do a one-on-one session? I'll sow something, but really they want to pick your brain. They want to get close enough so that they can hear your concepts, hear what the Father has downloaded to you, and to actually try to recreate it, be you, but in their own spaces and places. You know what I mean? But that was never something that Dr. Rich did. As I've meditated on it, as I've thought about it, that's not something I've done because, first of all, I'm too confident of a woman to actually just hear or see somebody say something, even subconsciously, and try to pass it off as mine.
Right.
That's not something I do. And that brings me to the perfect segue that I want to say this to women. Be confident. Be confident, and confidence is more than merely, these wigs or lashes or makeup. It's more than that. It's internal. When I talk about confidence, trust this. My confidence coaching classes and even the master classes, whether they're the general bottom line confidence classes or if they're the master courses, they're not like anyone else's because I don't copy. I don't cut and paste. I'm not a cookie cutter. I don't sit up and try to emulate someone else. I take time before the Father and allow him, meaning our Heavenly Father, to download to me the steps that it took. Now, understand this. The steps, hey, Ike, this is our cut. Look at our family, our fam. Ike, you just asked me about him and Angie the other day. Hey, Ike. But my confidence is not predicated on a flat stomach.
Right.
I do like to look my best, but I'm not obsessed. I'm not sitting here and listen, I'm not talking about you. If surgery is your thing, I'm like Isaac Hayes, baby, do your thing. Do it. But don't try to put me in the same boat with another woman whom you see. My pictures don't convey my confidence. That's not where my confidence comes from. Listen, I am mature enough to know that I cannot rely on my looks because they fade, even with Pastor R, even with surgery, cosmetic surgery.
Right.
It fades.
It does.
And so I don't want people to misunderstand when I'm speaking of confidence. People are going to lie on me. They're going to believe what they want to believe, but you're hearing it first from me. My confidence didn't come from any of those things. I can wear lashes because I choose to. My husband alone is the only one who needs to be consumed with how I look in real life. Nobody is paying me. The people who are in my coaching and mentoring courses barely pay. I mean, that's not a jab at them, but I'm just saying I don't charge what I could because this is not cookie cutter, copy and paste. I don't go and read someone else's things and then, kind of, hit a blunt or, get high and get drunk and like, yeah, this is my own idea. No wonder I got it from somewhere. It was not birthed directly through the Heavenly Father. But I'm going to tell you right now, confidence is everything once you get it. And women, once you're confident, you'll know your worth. You'll know when men, you were talking to one of my mentees the other day. You asked, could you speak to her? And you shared with her, you said, you're a very beautiful young lady. You didn't say those exact words, but that's what you said something about being an arm piece. And you said, why is it that you're not, you don't have a gentleman who is willing to give you his last name, something like that. Am I correct? Right. I mean, she was talking to you, so that's what made you ask her, could you speak to her? And sometimes we counsel together. Sometimes we do coaching. You may come in and be the guest speaker because you do have a lot of valuable wisdom for relationships with, concerning men and women. That's the kind of coaching that I do. I don't do, everyone isn't for everybody. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't do certain types of counseling, just like certain ceremonies. I don't perform. That's not me. You have to find your own coach. This is my bottom line. You talked to this woman. You said you need to be more confident. Right. You said, I'm glad. That was the bottom line. What did you say? Because I want them to hear you.
Yes, I did too.
You did say that. You said because you do bring a lot to the table. You said it's not about your looks. You told her that. You said a lot of men are looking for arm pieces. You said, but it's a lot of arm pieces out here. You said, but you bring your brilliance. You said, you're a smart young lady. You said you bring that to the table. You said you bring... not only that, but there are ways you could help him. You said help him to, achieve his goals and aspirations. You said, but I can tell that the type of woman you are, that you bring intellect to the table. You named some other things. What were those things? Because I want to share that with the listeners. What were those things? You named some other things. That's really what I want to talk about.
Well, I was saying, sometimes men think that a woman should have a lot of finances to bring to the table, but
Right.
if she's bringing her intelligence, her
Right,
education, she's
right.
bringing the ability to bring forth life. If she's coming and once she gives you her life, and once she gives you her heart, she's going to give you 100% of herself. See, a lot of men want 100% before they even commit. But
Right.
once you show a woman by giving her your last name, and not only giving her your last name, but submitting to her as well as she submit to you, that's showing her you in it for the long run, and that is when she's going to give you 100%. And most of the and some of the times, and some of the times the women don't have a lot of finances to bring to the table, but they have a lot to offer. They have a lot to offer. Yes, they have a lot to offer.
Okay, and so when I speak of confidence, women, this is what I'm speaking of. When I'm speaking of confidence, I'm speaking of that internal feeling that you know without a shadow of a doubt, you've laid out, you know, the things that make you the awesome, amazing woman. This is not some BS I'm trying to spit to you, because this is free right here. They're getting this for free. It's not like they're in one of my courses. You know what I'm saying, Pastor R? I can tell you who to go to get a beat face, you know, to who to go to you know, dress, you know, who can dress you. If you need someone to help you with your, you know, your presentation, the way you dress, your attire, you know, those type of things. I have people right now. I have people who can do your hair and have it laid, but that's not the focus. That's the icing. That's the whipped cream on the top. You know what I'm saying? That's the ice cream that goes with the cake. People say you want to have your cake and eat it too. You're supposed to eat cake. Duh. That's what we do. We eat cake. But I want people to know, I want women to know that you are able, once you believe in yourself, you're able to set the guidelines, the deal breakers. Can I bring up something real quick on Candid Conversations? Pastor R, there's a movie that you love. You and I both like certain movies, but there are certain movies that are your all-time faves. Mm-hmm. One of them is Fences. You know, I have Denzel Washington favorite movie as well. One of my movies that I love of his is Training Day. I don't know why. I pray about it because it's a lot of profanity, and I don't care how people will, you know, I've had people to challenge me about cuss words and stuff. Right. I don't think it's good for me. I can't speak for somebody else. I'm not judging anybody else, so don't sit up here and get angry with me. You're you, and you know, I'm me. I move how I move, because I've seen people get offended because they feel like I'm talking about them because they use profanity. I'm not mad at them. So I don't know why they're angry with me, because I have a problem with me, and you have a problem with me too, using profanity. And you should. You know, that's just not what we do. When we met, we weren't doing it. Right. So this is my point, though. In that movie, Fences, Denzel has a lust problem. He has another woman after being married to Rose.
His name Troy.
Okay, Troy. Okay, fine. I'm focused on Rose. Mm-hmm. Rose committed so much of who she was on. She commits so much of who she is on Troy. I moved and I'm moving. She's so committed to Troy that she loses herself in who she is. You know what I mean? She loses who she is in Troy.
Yeah, she gave all of her herself to him. She told him that once he revealed to him that he birthed a child outside of their marriage, and she wanted him to know that, you know, she still loved him, but you know, she just can't forgive that particular sin.
My whole point about saying that, Pastor R, is this. A lot of times we as women don't believe in ourselves. We don't have the confidence. I think sometimes we lose ourselves so much in men, in our spouses or our significant others, that we lose sight of who we are and what we bring to the table, our purpose in life. Right. We get so consumed with this man, and once he goes astray, we start stressing. Right. You know, especially if everything is about him. We're not interested in another man, which we shouldn't be. I shouldn't be, unless that's something you and I agree upon in our union. You know, in our covenant, we have not made that type of agreement. We have not said that we're going to be able to be open in our marriage.
Right.
You know, you can see other people, I can't. Now, if that's what you do in your union, that's fine. But that's not something Troy and Rose agreed to. And I think because Rose had everything built around Troy, her confidence just fell to the bottom when she realized he was giving his time and his money and eventually a baby, his seed, to another woman.
If she regained it though.
Well, like I said,
when it was revealed, man, I feel the opposite. I feel that she lost her confidence years ago when she put all of her dreams and hopes in him. She said, even though I put all of my dreams into you, knowing that the seed wasn't gonna grow. That's right. What she said. She did say that. But when I say it fell all the way low, I say that because she put a demand on him about letting that woman go, and he still wouldn't do it, and she stayed with him. And until she found herself, that little girl gave her a new perspective on life. I still believe that Rose had low self-esteem. I don't think she allowed it to consume her, but it messed her up pretty good. And so I want to encourage women not to rely on, I don't rely on aesthetics. I don't rely on units. I love them. I love, because for years I didn't. I wore my natural hair because I am a natural girl. I wore my natural lashes, but I'm not out here trying to catfish someone. I don't do what I do and look how I look to make me confident. I do and wear what I wear and do what I do to accentuate my confidence. My confidence comes from the inside, because that's why I can go anywhere and be around any woman. I don't care what her demographic is, what her socioeconomic background is, her education. None of that matters to me. I respect these women. No matter if they graduated high school, they could not have graduated high school. They could have graduated high school, could be internal medicine, they could be attorneys, they could be judges. I'm still going to be the same confident Dr. Rich. I am. And so I just believe that sometimes women put all of their hope in their quote unquote baby daddies, in their boyfriends. I've seen even women on social media saying this is my husband and he's mine. We're engaged to be married, and they're engaged for 10 years or so. And then somewhere down the line, she pops out with a new man because something has gone on and he was never her husband anyway. Right. It's just certain things that cause women to lose their confidence. But if confidence is not from something external, it can't be lost. You know what I mean? Yeah. If your confidence inside of you, it's not about the external, meaning all of this. Because even when I take off my units or my lashes, I don't walk with my head down. That doesn't mean I have anything to prove to anybody out here. That does not mean that I have to take off my unit and get on Facebook because people are saying, well, this person's fake. I've heard so many women say so many things. Women who wear weaves will say, take off your makeup. I'm natural, but they're wearing weaves. Or women who wear makeup don't wear weaves. They'll say, well, take off your wig. I don't wear a wig, but you wear makeup. Right. You've gotten your breasts done, enhanced. You've gotten your body enhanced. You're doing something. So I just feel like when we do that, we're really insecure to a certain degree. We're just trying to provoke people to be like us. I don't have to be like anybody. I don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'm going to do what I want to do as long as the Father is not convicting me of it through Ruach HaKodesh, or you're not having an issue with it, because we are a team. You know what I mean? Right. I'm not out here trying to be on these, these dating apps, trying to prove something to people. I remember a guy asking me, did I have any tattoos? I don't know where that came from. But to be honest, no, I don't. And I'm not going to feel bad because I don't. That doesn't make me better than anyone. And see, I think sometimes too, women, we allow other women to bully us and to back us into a corner where we feel we have to do what other women are doing. Right. I'm not going to go out here and tell a woman, as a single woman, do A, B, and C. As a believer, me personally, right. I'm not going to tell another woman
to get out here and start having sex with men, and that's how she gonna find. That's not how I move. Now, if that's what you do, that's you. You have your audience, and I have mine. But I know that's not how I got my husband. Right. You know, when I listen to Cardi B is an entertainer. You know, and maybe her song is real life, or maybe it's just a song. Either way, that's not how I got my husband. You know, right. It's good for what it's intended for. You know, a lot of times these celebrities sing and rap and talk about, you know, life, and it's not really their life, you know. Right. So you have to know who you are, women. You have to know your worth. It's easier said than done. I've even had people to follow me, you know, knowing the services that I offer. And instead, I mean, you remember I had a publishing business with my good friend, you know, Angela McDowell. She and I had a publishing company. You know, we published several books. I've had people to notice that and feel like, see, Denise, she does it, or Rich, or whatever they call me, Dobbins, whatever, she has done it, let me do it. And they'll go to somebody totally different, knowing that they got the concept from me. You know, because they've said something to me about it. But, you know, just like you pay somebody else certain things, you're going to have to pay me for it because I do this. Right. You know, even like with confidence coaching, I haven't heard anybody say that they're a confidence coach. I don't know. There may be some out there. I didn't get that from somebody, though. That's for sure. I didn't run across somebody who was in my circle and say, well, if they're a confidence coach, I can do it too. Right. They do that. That's just not something I do. But I know that I'm a confidence coach because that's my area of expertise. I come from a different angle. I don't come from the angle that a lot of other people are copying and pasting. And that's what I do. I help coach women who lack full confidence or who have no confidence. But I'm not going to do it for free. And then I had a woman to tell me I should do something for free. And I'm thinking, is she really saying this? And she charges for what she does? Right. You know, how are you going to tell me to do something? And I've done things for free for years. And this is my season not to do it any longer. I'm tired of negotiating my prices. People pay for what they want to pay for. And they pay whom they want to pay. Right. You understand? Maybe I'm not the person they want to pay, and that's fine. But at the same time, I'm not going to do certain things for free any longer. I'm just not. But women, I want to tell you, confidence for Dr. Rich, for C. Denise, is intrinsic. It comes from the inside. It exudes to the external. So I just want you all to know that it's possible. You know, don't feel bad. Don't just accept anything because your confidence is shot. Right. Because your confidence and your self-esteem are so low, you feel like you have no other choice but to accept what a man is offering you. But that's not, and I'm not talking about aesthetics, like you got this list, but all of it is just external. You know, he has to be making 6 figures or 8 figures. He has to, you know, have a, you know, live in Germantown. You know, you're not worried about anything else that you know may be a potential problem. You know, he can't have children, but you got 4. How are you saying that? He has to deal with you and your children and possibly grandchildren one day, but he can't have any children. Now, if you're a woman who doesn't have children, that makes sense. Yeah. You know, you don't want a man with children because you don't have any. And then I've heard people say, I don't want him to have had have been with anyone, but you've been with 15 people. Right. You know, now if you're a virgin or you're, you know, and you want a virgin, I can understand it. But sometimes people ask for things that they're not willing to be themselves. Right. And a lot of times our confidence is shot from that too. We feel bad about the decisions we've made. Our decisions, you know, we can't live in the past of our decisions. You know, we made some poor decisions, which you and I have. I'm not going to live in the past and regret it every day of my life. Right. I'm going to move forward. But I'm telling you, women, if you're a woman who desires to be married, you know, and I'm talking about married in the traditional sense, meaning you don't want an open relationship. You're seeing somebody else, another couple, which is kind of, that's a gray area. You may see another couple and you like what you see because, you know, I realize that I've had a few people who have come up to me in years past, this hasn't been recently, and said, I used to hate to see you coming. Remember that woman? She came to the ministry. Remember, we were on Lamar, and she said, I just want to come up here. She brought her husband. She said, well, he brought her. She said, I just want to apologize to you because I hated to see you coming. I looked at how your husband was loving on you. And I used to think, why my husband? She said his name. He was standing right there. She said, he didn't treat me the way I see that your husband. No, she said Cedric treats you. You remember that?
I remember.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
I was dumbfounded. So people are watching. And what the sad part about it is they're also comparing. Yeah. I don't compare myself. I have friends who have been married, some of them 5 years, some of them 8 years longer than I have. I can't ever recall looking at their marriages and saying, I want Cedric to be like this. I love and respect their marriages. And I've told you, these men love these women. Because remember when we first met, when you asked me to marry you, 2 weeks after meeting me, you said I was your wife. And you made a comment one time before I married you, because we were married within 3 months. You said something to the effect of something about, how men are or are not. I said, oh, so you think you're the only faithful man, the only man that loves a woman? You remember saying that right before I married you? No, I said, it's a man out here that I know. I want you to meet him. And when you met him, what did you say to me? It was 2 of them in particular, not my dad. What did you say?
I said I see it from a different perspective now. I was wrong about that thought.
That's what you said.
Confidence is something. Because people get confidence mixed up with regret or revenge. Because a lot of people think because they start having just as much as the next person, has, and they would think that would give them confidence. People feel like they have to get a new house to get confidence. They have to get a new car to get confidence.
That's external. That's what I'm saying. So it's not external.
So they don't understand the difference between revenge or this hidden anger. Like trying to, like people say, I'm gonna teach you a lesson. I'm gonna show you, and then that gives me confidence. But that don't give you confidence. That's only misleading you. And the person has to learn and realize where confidence comes from. Confidence comes from loving God, being in God, and God.
Well, that's where our confidence comes from.
Everybody confidence comes from because God put it in us at birth.
No. Let me say why I'm saying it, because I've heard some people, who are not along those same lines, but they'll tell me they know the Father, they know God, they know the Creator, however they want.
Confidence come through nurturing, to come through how you're nurtured as a child. Confidence come through that.
Mine didn't come
and
from
how other people respond to you and treat you through life based on who you are. That gives you confidence, and your confidence increases. That confidence comes through also sitting at the feet of the scholars, being taught by someone and learning from someone. All of that gives you confidence, because when you read as a child, and your teacher teaches you your sounds and those syllables, teach you sounds and teach you your adjectives and your verbs. And once you start writing, you write with confidence. And when you read with confidence. A lot of people just jumping out here in life. They finding these different people that they feel can teach you something. These people are only using what I'm trying to say, blind optimism. Mm-hmm. They use the blind optimism to get what they can get from you when they're not confident. Mm-hmm. And see, confidence comes through being a child. When you're a child, that's when your line of confidence start being trained. And it starts with your reading, your writing, your speaking. Some people can't speak with confidence. Some people will all of a sudden, and then it goes on into womanhood. When you're a woman, and if your mama, your grandmother haven't taught you anything, if all you've ever seen was whores in your family, you're going to have the confidence as a whore, not as a woman that know how to draw a man to her for a husband.
Right.
And it all starts when you're a child. Confidence is not something you just gain overnight. Oh, I got me a new job, and you get you a new suit and a new dress. You go get your hair done.
Share for mine.
You get your hair done. You get your hair done, and I got confidence. Now that's not confidence, because sooner or later you're gonna meet that person who's going to be able to see through that camouflage. You're going to be able to see through that flaws you're doing, and they're going to break you down like a shotgun, and they're going to eat you up like a lion. Because some people know when you're weak in a certain area.
Right.
When you're weak in a certain area. And so you got to understand where confidence comes from. You know, you have to know it's real. Life is real. Life is real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, and people going to get it. They're going to get it. You know, but we're sharing on Candid Conversations because women who are not confident, it started in your youth. Now you're old enough to understand what confidence is by learning from other scholars or people who's teaching you. You may feel like because what you're doing, because you drive a BMW or you drive a Mercedes-Benz, you're just confident in that area only for a moment because you have what you need to make it look as if you're confident, but you're really not.
Right.
And you're going to see once life starts shifting and things start going in a different direction, you're going to have to understand and dig deeper within yourself to find the confidence of humanity. And it starts as a child, Dr. Rich. I believe. I was listening to you, teach and share, but people,
you
they
said
don't
but.
know.
You said but.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I'm not saying but. What you were saying was inaccurate. What you were saying.
I know what that word but means.
Okay. I just want to add to what you were saying. Let's erase the but. I just want to add to what you were saying about confidence, because a lot of people do not understand the word confidence. When you say, baby, are you confident? And then people may just think you're talking about one thing. If your teacher asks you to come up there to read and you're kind of shy, holding your head down, she may put
or if you're illiterate,
are you confident enough to read right now? You can say yes or no. It's just like, are you confident to have a husband right now? Because you may still be weak in certain areas, or you may have unruly children.
Right.
So you can't say I'm confident. I'm just a confident woman. When you say it now, you got to be careful.
Right.
I'm a confident woman. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Why you still hating on your sister? Why you can't tell her dress look nice?
Right.
Why you can't tell her you like her shoes? Why can't you tell your sister that she has it going on? And bam, you doing it. Why is it that you hate? Why is it that you can't give a like or give a love or type something nice in the box at the bottom? Why is it if you're so confident or if you're so confident?
I'll take it.
If you're so confident,
I'll take it a step further, Pastor R. If we're so confident, why are we not allowing for me, it's Yahweh. Why are we not allowing our Creator to download into us who we are and our purpose? We don't have to look at someone else. Let me tell you something. I remember being with you and this guy asked you what seminary you went to, and you were about to answer him, and you said, "What's up? You need me to give him a call? Because that'll be good." You were chatting it up, and I told you, I was like, this guy here feels that because you're such an authentic man,
mm-hmm.
You share about the challenges you had as a child,
mm-hmm.
With school. That's not a secret.
Mm-hmm.
You always tell me that you and I are open book, not for everything.
Right.
We're not here to tell you everything about our lives. We're not. Just like I'm not telling you things about my bedroom. That's none of your business. But we are here. When we present things, it's factual. We're not painting a picture or trying to deceive anyone. But my point is, this guy, because of the office that I hold, because of the prophetic gift, I told you that this guy felt like, well, if Cedric can do it, I know I can go to that school, because there are too many seminaries. This is the Bible Belt. As long as you tried to help this guy, he had never talked about, not that he has to tell us anything, but that was just kind of strange. And this is what I'm saying. What are you saying, Dr. Rich? What I'm saying is, we can see people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can do a lot of things that other women are doing,
mm-hmm.
but that doesn't mean I need to do it. I see a lot of things. Before I met you, I have relatives, even myself. I won scholarships in college because I was in a domestic violent teen relationship. You remember that?
Right.
I told you about that. Once we said we were going to be married, there were a lot of things I felt like I was compelled to share with you. My point about that, Pastor R, is this.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot about domestic violence. That is one of my platforms. But my primary platform is, what it is. because Yahweh showed me through Ruach HaKodesh. What is Ruach? Who is Ruach HaKodesh? Not what. He's the Holy Spirit. I know that my main platform is child sexual abuse, CSA and DMST, domestic minor sex trafficking. And it's not just something I copy and paste from somebody else. It started out with child sexual abuse, but then it kind of, because those two are interrelated a lot of times, he showed me how to go ahead and do research and study on sex trafficking as well, because children, specifically child sex trafficking, there's a difference. You know, all sex trafficking is terrible. I mean, it's a nefarious, you know, whew, Lord, it's I can't even talk. Like, let me think of the word as a educator. It's almost it's like an epidemic. Right. It happens everywhere, in the churches, in our homes, in our families. People are definitely selling children for sex, and it's in ways you wouldn't even think, well, that's not sex trafficking. Trafficking means I'm taking them across the state line. That's not what that means. That's why I'm educated on it. You know, one of my colleagues had me to go through some training on with the government. Remember I told you about that? You know, from Arkansas. You know, he had me to go through that training. He said he wanted me to be the head over that part of the company. You know, this was a few years back. Right. Remember Angela McDowell? Hey, Angela, you know, she put me in contact with this gentleman, right, you know, and I told her, see, for you all to just be honest, that's how you can know when it's really Yahweh, one way. I'm going to tell you how. It has nothing. I have colleagues who do sex trafficking, not necessarily DMST, and I'm not talking about Tam because we kind of started around the same time. I'm talking about, I know other people, Tina Tatum for one, but I don't see women and say, I can do it if Tina could do it. What happened was Angela McDowell put me in touch with this man. And I told him from the front, I'm going to tell you where we were. We were in Gatlinburg or somewhere with that, wherever we were with that indoor pool, remember? Right. And I had to be on that conference call with him. Okay, as long as you remember. This gentleman owns I forget what, Lord, I shouldn't even forget. I wasn't planning on speaking about this today, but it's coming in my mind. But anyway, he also does surveillance, just different terroristic, terroristic threats and stuff. He goes into the schools and does that. But he also wanted to implement this area, this component. So long story short, I told him, Angela boasted on me and bragged on me. And I had to be honest with him. I said, I don't do sex trafficking. He said, well, that's what we need. We'll get you trained. See, that's how you know when the Father's hand is, leading you. It's not that I saw other people and say, well, I can do it or she can do it. No. And just because you've had some experience with it doesn't mean that this is what you're called to do. For me, I have to seek the Father. I have to seek the Father about what he wants me to do and how he wants me to do it. And that's what I do. And that's what I did. But I don't see women as a threat or as competition. I really don't. I have to stand there and applaud them. I've been with colleagues who stammered, who, didn't know certain things. And it's not my job to point it out no more than it is with you. Right. You're my husband. And as well, you're my friend and colleague. If you're making a mistake with something, it's for me to come in and try to help us get through this because it's a reflection of our teamwork. Yeah, but it's not like that anymore, though. No, listen, this is what I'm saying. I do that. Right. I'm not speaking for other people. My point is, I'm trying to talk and tell people right here on Candid Conversations today, I move different. I'm a different type of woman. That's how I know another reason and another way, another telltale sign that I'm confident, because I'm not going to try to sabotage anybody. You're saying that's not the way it is, but that's the way it is for me.
Yeah, some people it's about likes. It's about how many people are following you. And that's fine. It's a way where people really don't understand that it's borderline idolatry and it's borderline worship. Because nowadays, individuals feel like the more people like them, the more people follow them, the more prestige they have, the higher they can go. That's not necessarily true, though, Pastor. The more people will follow them, and the more prosperity they can enter into their lives based on how wonderful people see them. And all it is the money. It's not spiritual. Right. You have to be humble. Yeshua said, the one that's the least of you will be the one who leads you. He said, the last shall be first and the first shall be last. You have to realize there's nothing wrong with starting at the bottom. There's nothing wrong with regaining your confidence. Nothing wrong with regaining your confidence by correcting some of your negative behavior. Your negative behavior does not give you confidence. It just causes you to be more of what you're not. And you become less of what that's what you're supposed to be, but you want to be exactly who you are. You want to walk and live in confidence because the confidence brings the blessing. That's what I believe. Confidence brings the blessing.
Wow. Well, let us take a quick break. We're about to end, or is it time to end? When we talk through the commercial breaks, let me do this. The Well Station. Listen, that's one of our sponsors. Go to the Well Station. You'll see Elizabeth Merriweather. That's, if you see her name, that's the correct one. Listen, she has all types of self-care products, not just for women, but for men as well. Listen, my coaching clients, my mentoring clients, even our counseling, when we counsel couples, we have gifts for them, with our retreats and things that we do for couples. We definitely, purchase our merchandise from those type of products from Elizabeth Dorse Merriweather. Hey, Liz, the Well Station. So this is the real Dr. Rich, and I am super stoked, super happy. But women, listen, if you need a confidence coach, I am your girl. This is not something that you can Google. The type of coursework, the curriculum that I use is not, cookie cutter, nor is it copy and paste. It's definitely from life experiences. It's definitely from biblical. It's definitely from a place of love and from the Father's doing. So get with me. I mean, there are women who are beautiful. Another thing that I've seen women do, they try to taunt other women about using filters. So what? What difference is it? What difference does it make? I mean, a filter doesn't make everybody look good. So it's not about filters. I tease sometimes when people are like, you're so beautiful. I was like, it's the filters. But when people see me in real life, so it doesn't even matter because I think my beauty comes from somewhere else. I think it emanates from somewhere else, not even about my face or in my body or any of that. So I just feel like sometimes we find things to nitpick with others about. I don't care. The person that people think, is the worst looking, they can put a filter on and let somebody beat their face and they still, to some people, they still not unattractive. You know what I'm saying? So no, do you really see what I'm saying? Yeah. They try to attribute it to certain things, but if a person is beautiful to a person, they just beautiful to a person. So nothing anyone can say or do about that. But I definitely want you all to get with me and let me know how I can assist you. No, my services are not free. They are not. The fees aren't exorbitant though, but they're definitely not free. I have a lot of experience, education, and that I bring to my coaching and mentoring courses. And I actually earned a degree in education for curriculum design, so I know how to design curriculums, and especially with me not copying off of other people's things, Yeah. So, but women will never be confident trying to compete with other women, trying to tear down other women, looking at ourselves in a way that's unfavorable. We have to see ourselves as the beautiful vessels. And I'm not talking about this external. You have to believe that you're beautiful within, angry, bitter, frustrated, mean-spirited women who are mean. And a lot of us are mean for no reason. We're mean and bitter because the men that we thought we were in love with, we gave him 5 children, 10. We felt like he should stay with us, but it was our mistake. when we never got him to give us his last name before he gave these children his last name. You know what I mean, Pastor? I think sometimes that destroys our confidence. We really felt that what we did in the bedroom, the bedroom shenanigans, was what was going to keep him, and it didn't. Right. It only entertained him. Somebody needs to get that. Right. It didn't keep him, it entertained him for a season. So this is the real Dr. Rich. Let me get one more station identification. The style palette. Oh my goodness. It's winter. Fall. Winter is upon us. It's fall. My sweet friend Rushika Seth of the style palette has beautiful accessories. Check her out. I'm the real Dr. Rich right here. Candid Conversations with Pastor R. Shalom. Let me put my music up. You got it, or you need me to do it?
Smooth playing, baby.
Oh, is it?
Jason, Dr. Rich got the tools to help you make it. We can talk about it. Let's have a candid conversation.
Let's have a candid conversation. It's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.
Now, Pastor R, you got condition on your love for me? Or you gonna just let me do what I want to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna do what we call the main.
Hi, I'm Leah Camille Richardson. Did you know that Jesus, Yeshua, is the light? I would like to share a scripture with you. John chapter 12, verse 35 through 37 says that then Jesus said unto them, Yet a little while is the light with you, while ye had the lest darkness come upon you. For he that walketh in darkness knoweth not whither he goeth. While ye have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light. These things spake Jesus, and departed, and did hide himself from them. But though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. That the saying of Elias the prophet might be fulfilled, which he spake, Lord, who hath believed on our report, and to whom hath the arm of the Lord been revealed?
Hello, this is Ministry Moments with Pastor Richardson. Hey, I would like to encourage you guys on today to study your words, study the Bible to find out key answers to your life, key answers to situations that you may be going through or experiencing in your life. And it's good to just study to know scripture so you can share with your loved ones, family members, and especially when you're out in the marketplace, living a life before people, walking in holiness and representing Yeshua HaMashiach, because he is our Redeemer. He is our Savior. Did you know that Yeshua means Jesus? Did you know HaMashiach means the Anointed One? When you study, you will find power in your words. You will find power in your life. You will truly tap into those gifts, and those areas of your anointing will allow you to flourish and to flow in those gifts. Always remember to study your word, because if you will go to the scripture, 2 Timothy 2:15, it reads this: Study to show thyself approved unto God, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. I pray that this word will bless you. And for those of you who may be interested in joining our Bible study groups, we are meeting every Saturday at 5 p.m. And the address is 3473 Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38111. Everyone is welcome. We would love to see you. And have a wonderful, wonderful day. Shalom.
Let's have a candid conversation. It's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.
Let's have a candid conversation.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. We are back in the box. All right, Dr. Rich, we are back in the box.
Shalom, shalom. Listen, thank you all so much for joining us for Candid Conversations with the real Dr. Rich and Pastor R. Join us next weekend for a new topic, same time, same place, different conversation. Peace. Shabbat
What
shalom.
I want to do.
Yeah, I'm what dude call a man.
Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo. When I talk to you, oh, it's all about me and you. Let's have a candid conversation. No topic is taboo.